You know, Music and Boards Unite is only possible because of viewers and supporters like you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Mark cry. I'm actually getting chills. You know why? When this came on, it was over. The concert was over, you know, so it's a little sad.
And like the organ in the background too is so good, man.
Yeah.
This is a really standout like overall Ghost track for me, man. I really like this track a lot.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Boards Unite. I am your co-host Troy. With me, I have my friend and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Was good.
Right. And today we are going to be doing a track-by-track album review of this album, Infestissumam. I think I'm saying that correctly. Infestissumam by the band Ghost. Now I'm excited about this one, Mark, because obviously Ghost is one of my favorite bands. You know that. The viewers of the channel know that. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. Mark and I do a lot of album reviews. This is going to be one of them. Track by track. Usually one of us hasn't heard it. In this case, it's Mark. So before we recorded this episode, he went and listened to it 3 times, took notes, and we're going to play clips, and we're going to do a deep dive on every track. He's going to give us his thoughts. I'm going to give you my thoughts as a longtime Ghost fan. And it's kind of like a podcast form, but for the first time, someone is experiencing it, right? So that's what we're going to do. So Mark, obviously you said this was your first time, and I think this is the only Ghost album that you hadn't heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm excited about that one because I get to use my real props here. This is actually Papa 2, so this is the Papa from this album right here. For those who don't know, there's a different Papa for every album, basically. And I have a mini one right here. I don't know if you can see that, but all right, so big fan of Papa 2. All right, Mark, well, context for this album. And then we'll get into it. So this is Ghost's second album. Opus Eponymous was their first album. This album came out in 2013.
In my research, this is kind of like of Ghost's discography. This is kind of like their "Be Here Now" by Oasis, or their "Satanic Majesty's Request" by Rolling Stones. As in, their last album was very highly regarded, and this one kind of just like when it came out, it was really polarized, and like people were like, "Oh, this isn't as good as Opus Eponymous. This stinks,"
Yeah.
And even to this day, it's still kind of treated that way. It's a love-hate thing with a lot of fans. So
sure, I can see that.
But
yeah.
So you'll find out what we both think after this episode.
All right. Well, let's get right to it. The first track is an instrumental. Well, not really. There is words to it, but it's not Tobias singing. It's
like
choir.
Gregorian chanting type stuff.
Yeah. Fun fact, Mark, before I click this play button, they were going to record this. This album was actually recorded and produced in Nashville, Tennessee.
I did see that, yep.
And they couldn't get the choir to actually sing these lyrics in Nashville, Tennessee. So
really?
they had to go to LA to get a choir to sing this, to record the the choir parts of this album. So, true story. All right. So here we go. let's talk about the opening there, Mark. What did you think of the intro?
Pretty pretty standard opening for Ghosts. Just something like
Okay.
very extravagant and choir-esque, and overall just like has a hint of Satanism in it. Um, Pretty on brand for Ghost. I mean, it's an intro.
Sure.
It's great. I enjoyed it. Goes right into, I'm gonna try and say this, per Aspera ad Inferne or
Yes.
Inferi.
Yes.
It's a good segue into it. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way with my Ghost.
Okay. Well, this track is a little bit nostalgic because in the show I saw, Mark, this was the first song I ever heard them perform live. So yeah, they used to open.
Okay.
They used to open with the show. You ever see the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
Long time ago, man.
Okay. Well, there's a pretty famous scene in Eyes Wide Shut called the Masked Ball. It's when Tom Cruise actually goes to that house and he sees the party and all that. That used to be their walkout music for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it actually is relevant to the theme of the band, like the whole Illuminati band and all this stuff of the devil. So yeah, so they used to come out to that, and then they would play that intro, actually live. They would play it, and then Tobias would walk out for the next song, which is Per Aspera ad Inferni. So all right, so why don't we get right to Per Aspera, because the other one's just an intro. But I love that intro. That is super nostalgic for me. I love how melodic it is, and it has this really like driving beat, just straight ahead. And there's a song on De Profalis Borealis or Profundus or something like that. What the hell is that song called? On Skeleton. Profundus. De I can't say the freaking name of the song. Skeleton. Let's see. There's a song on Skeleton called, let's see, this one, De Profundis Borealis. There you go. And when I first heard De Profundis Borealis, I love that song on Skeleton, by the way. It's like, it's not my favorite song, but it's up there. It's a great song. And it has the same feel as that, the intro to Infestissumam. So for me, I was hooked right away. All right, the next song is the first real song on here, which is Per Aspera ad Inferni. Let's hear that. This part too. Oh shit.
All your dreams will come true. All your dreams will come true.
I mean, I'm gonna play the whole song. Okay, Mark, what do you think? What do you think about this song?
We'll be here till 3 a.m. Troy. Come on, man.
What do you think of this song?
It's great, man. It's just I was literally like singing ad Aspera, ad Inferi, like the chanting to myself earlier today. Um, it's just like the instrumentation and like the vocals are just like super fucking catchy, man. Like I just like most Ghost songs, I just find myself singing it every time. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this song is great. It's like super melodic, but it's also like super like choral, I guess you could say. It's got nice like organ and stuff, and like the guitar is, great as usual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to the Nameless Schools as usual. Um, yeah, I like this song a lot. This is one that like I kind of look forward to listening to again.
Okay.
Like this is like a yeah, I feel like you kind of have to listen to the intro with it too. It really like enhances the listen.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah.
it's like Horizons with Suppers Ready, like they're like a package, you know.
Yep. Yep. Now I get the reference. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song's great. I mean,
Yeah.
like spoiler, I enjoyed every track on this album, but this one
Oh hell
was,
yeah. Okay.
this
all right.
this one's probably a top 3. It's just really just a solid track that I just, I really enjoy. So
I won't play the end of it, but if you're watching this episode and you haven't heard this before, go listen to the tune, but listen to the end of the song, man. Like it starts to get real. There's like a vocal harmony that comes in, and when they do this song live, man, it's so awesome. Like the whole crowd is singing it and chanting it, and it's a
the
big
vocal
spectacle.
harmonies on this album in general are really, really good.
They're
So.
really good. And this
Yeah.
song literally translates to from hardship to hell.
Yeah. Instead of the usual per Aspera ad Astra, it's per Aspera ad Inferi. Pretty typical.
I'll just say the lyrics are, there's a theme to the first 3 Ghost albums. It's not they're not concept albums, but there is an overarching theme that a lot of the songs are talking about. So the first album, Opus Eponymous, is talking about like preparation for the Antichrist. It's talking about like a darkness is coming and all the things you got to do to get that happen. That's why you have songs like Ritual, right? Like about conducting these rituals. And then you have like Satan Prayer, which is literally like praying. And you have all these songs that are about the coming of the Antichrist. This song is about this album is about the arrival of the Antichrist, basically. That's what it's talking about. So this is the first song, and it says, unholy in the lust in your eyes, blasphemous, would not suffice, perverted, your dreams tanning in Lucifer's beams. That's the first verse. So, and then it's per aspera ad inferi. So anyway, and then it says, all your dreams will come true. So it's really, that's what the song is talking about. It's kicking the album off, letting you know right away that's what it is, and it's some of the catchiest hooks, like, and headbanging. So yeah, that's the first tune. All right, I love this song. Second song, Mark, is Secular Haze. This is the first Ghost video ever, and I'm assuming you haven't seen this video. And
no.
it's pretty funny, actually, and I'm gonna play the first, minute or so of it, but this is the first Ghost video ever made. And when you watch this, Mark, take note that Tobias said his whole vision for Ghost was supposed to be like a band. Like imagine you went into your parents' attic and found a record from like the 70s, right? But it was a record you never heard before, but you were like curious about it and you put it on and it was like this satanic rock band from the 70s kind of thing. That was like the vibe that he was going for. So when you watch this video, it makes sense that this is the first video that they made, So there we go. think of Secular Haze by Ghost?
Yeah, another banger.
Okay.
Yeah, from like just throughout the entire song, the like organ that plays, like the carnival-esque organ that just plays the whole time, is just like, it's just like what, like, yeah, it's just like so good, man. It just hits you right away. So this song reminds me of another song from this black metal band called. Have you ever heard of a band called Arcturus before?
No.
So they're like a black metal band from like the 90s and 2000s. They have this song that kind of has a similar sound. It almost sounds like a carnival organ.
Okay.
So I don't know, I could see him like being into that, but also at the same time, it's like, not like a super like crazy concept.
Right.
Yeah, but this song is great though. Just it's super. The vocals are great. The instrumentation is great. So I was reading, does Dave Grohl play drums in this album?
I don't know if this album he's plays drums on the If You Have Ghost EP though.
Because I looked at the personnel on this album, and it says like Dave Grohl guest, and it says drums. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the I'm a Marionette and Waiting for the Night, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, because there's a deluxe version which has those songs on it, right? You're talking about
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he plays on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious because, yeah, I don't like really have much to say other than this track's great.
All right.
Yeah, kind of at a loss of words really to describe it. It's just like typical Ghost, like super catchy, great vocal melodies as usual.
Yeah.
I think there's some vocal harmonies in this song too, some good ones.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of harmony on this.
Not as good as Ghuleh Zombie Queen, which we'll get into, but
okay.
Yeah, this song's great. I don't really like have like anything like to say besides the fact that it's just like it's like a carnival waltz from hell, basically,
Right. Yeah, it's a waltz. Yeah, it's in a 3/4 actually. Yeah,
it is in 3/4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bop, bop,
It has a
bop,
very
bop.
very distinct. Yeah, I thought this track's great. Not much more to say, Troy.
All right. Well, Tobias has some balls, right? In a way, because like if you think about it, Opus Eponymous had its own sound. This was the lead single, I believe, from this album, a freaking waltz carnival song.
I could see why people were divided then if this is the lead single.
But I love it, man. It's great. I mean, the waltz part, right? The verse, I love all that. But when it gets to the chorus, the bass work is so good, and the vocal harmonies are so good. Yeah, love this song, man. Song's killer. So, all right, the next song is Jigolo Har Megiddo. Megiddo, excuse me. I'm gonna play a clip from the ads.
Is that Swedish, by the way?
What'd you
It
say?
doesn't look like. I said, is that Swedish? That doesn't look Latin.
I'll look it up real quick while we listen. I'm not sure.
I am the one who preys on you. I offer everything you see, and I am the one who comes richly endowed, harvesting crops on fields that others have plowed. I am the one that soon be I am the sun.
Now, I just want to play a clip of the solo. I love the way. Oh man, this part is so good. So that was a couple of clips from Jigolo Har Megiddo, and I got where this language is from. It's a mix of different languages.
Okay.
It's English, Latin, and Hebrew, and
Oh.
it actually translates to. So in Hebrew, it's Har Megiddo is Hebrew for Mount Megiddo, which is a real place in Israel, and in biblical prophecy, Har Megiddo is the root for the word Armageddon. So this translates to the gigolo of Armageddon or the seducer of the apocalypse.
I believe that.
So that's what the song title means. So what did you think about this song, Mark?
Yeah, and another just infectious song. This one has like kind of like almost like a disco flavor to it a little bit with the organ too. I don't know if you picked up on that either, but
well, I was kind of getting like more Doors vibes a little bit, like yeah, like it has like a 60s. To me, this album has a lot of 60s feel to it, like 60s organ. It has the clav. I don't know if you heard that, the clav. That part. It has a lot of 60s type of instrumentation for me, but
okay.
Yeah, but what do you think? Not about me. What do you think?
It sounds like a 70s like rock band that like maybe existed during like the disco era and didn't really want to fully be disco, so they kind of like maybe added a tiny bit into it to see how it sounds.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. That's just my take on it. Super catchy. The organ's great. The bass is really good on this song. The solo that you played was great.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics are pretty great too. You know, I am the one lascivious. I am the son of the one below.
Yeah.
The progeny of beast of woe. Yeah, so I can see like how this album is about like the Antichrist. How like the lyrics are just pretty blatantly just saying like, I mean, if you look at the cover too, like look, the cover is great. Just like a giant like baby that I guess is supposed to be the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like another album that's kind of relevant today. Won't really get into that now, but yeah, it's just like it's super catchy, man. Like every one of their songs is just like I'm finding myself just bobbing my head like, you know, inconspicuously every time. Yeah, this is a great track.
Yeah, this song is interesting. Well, first of all, this song on the record is one of my like. This is not a song which is super popular in the Ghost kind of like you don't see it on a lot of set lists, you know. There is an excellent, maybe it's a future episode, Mark, for a reaction video because I would like for you to react to it. But there's an excellent acoustic version of this live. It's so good, man. It's from. You remember we watched the Ghuleh Zombie Queen acoustic with the kazoo? I think it's from the same show or whatever recording, but it's excellent. But anyway, Mark, this is like one of my sleeper favorites on the album. I freaking love this song. It's so.
I could see that. Yeah,
I love the shuffle groove. I love the organ. I love the melody, the vocal melody. Yeah, I am a big fan of this song, man, and the fact that like. I'll talk about it when we get to the end. I save my thoughts about a lot of this, what I think about this album and the Ghost in the comparison to other Ghost albums at the end. But this song, I really love this song, man. This is a great one for me. So, all right. The next song, speaking of Ghuleh Zombie Queen, I'll play maybe the first minute of Ghuleh and then I'll play like a minute of Zombie Queen. All right. So let's see. All right, Mark. So that was a clip from Ghuleh, and I'll play maybe towards the end of Zombie Queen.
Up from the stinking dirt she rises.
I'll play the end. All right. Sounds like War Pigs at the end. All right. Well, Mark, what do you think about this tune?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite on the album.
Okay. This is the one with the kazoo that you reacted to, too.
Yeah,
I don't know
I know,
if
man.
you realized that actually when you were listening to it, but yeah. Go ahead. Tell me
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Besides being like a two-parter, like the first track Ghuleh is just like, it reminds me immediately of like late 70s Genesis. Like the keyboard sounds like Tony Banks, and like the vocals are great. It's like a late 70s early 80s era like Genesis ballad. So I was like immediately hooked right there.
Okay.
The vocal harmonies on this song are incredible. On both tracks. Especially Zombie Queen. Yeah, like the surf rock guitar is amazing. Never thought I'd hear that in like a Ghost song. Although it's not the most insane thing. What was that one song on? Was it Impera? The like 20s, the 1920s
The
song.
reggaeton track.
Yeah, was it 20? Is that what it's called?
That's called
20s.
20s. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that I actually I like that track, and you're like, man, everybody like hates that track.
I liked it,
I
but a
was
lot
like-
of people hate it. Yeah.
I think it's great. I think
Yeah.
I think it was a bold statement. You know,
Sure, yeah.
them trying something different. Of course, everybody hated it.
Right.
But this is like them trying something different, and it like really works well, like really well. Like the Zombie Queen, like his like vocals at the end, like the last like minute and a half. Oh my god, man! It was just like it's like captivating. I was just bobbing my head the whole time. I like rewound it a couple times, just like I was like, yeah, this is it right here. And like the organ in the background too is so good, man.
Yeah.
This is a really standout like overall Ghost track for me, man. I really like this track a lot.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
I think out of all the albums, yeah, this is probably pretty high. When we eventually do the Ghost track ranking, it's gonna be interesting to see where this is.
All right.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man. Really good.
Well, I saw the first ever live performance of this, Mark. So, according to setlist.fm, that's what it says. World premiere, the show I was at. So,
Wow.
has a lot of meaning to me, apparently, because I was there for the first one. But yeah, great song, man. And just a killer song. Just an awesome, fun song, you know, especially when the second half, it gets really fun. The first half, though, is quite different than a lot of other Ghost songs. It's pretty unique sounding in the Ghost category. A little more proggy, like you said, old school prog with the ballad part. Yeah, beautiful, actually, beautiful melody and beautiful the transition between the first part and the second part where it has the piano. I mean, Tobias really he just has a pretty amazing sense of melody. In his music and his vocal harmony and vocal melodies too, and harmony, of course. So yeah, and it shines through on this tune totally. So love this song, great song. That's what I got to say about it. The next one, Mark, is the first song I ever heard from Ghost. Okay, so which is Year Zero, and I'm gonna play a clip at the beginning of this, and then I'm gonna play maybe 1 minute or so max. And then I'm going to play maybe a minute or so of what this is like live. Well, hello and welcome back. It's been about, I don't know, Mark, a week or two since we did this episode. Time flies. And we lost half of this episode. Something happened with the audio and got totally messed up. So we are re-recording the second half of this episode, starting with Year Zero. And Mark, it really was his first time listening to it. And so it really won't be much different, except we'll talk about it again, but it'll be the first time for you. So, so let's get right to it, Mark. I'm going to play a clip from Year Zero. All right.
Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
What did you think about this song, Mark?
Did you hear the chorus? I mean, come on, man. Song kicks ass.
Well, okay.
It starts off with some pretty nice names there. If you're familiar with the Bible, you know,
Sure.
couple of names for Satan there. You know, yeah, this song's awesome. I mean, this has to be the one song that they play the most from this album, I would say, right? I mean, do they play Year Zero probably every show because it's so good, man. This is like just it's so catchy, and I feel like it's like the centerpiece of this album too, and it's just like the chorus is super catchy, the bridge is catchy, everything about this song is great. It's really grandiose too with like the choral chanting. And it's typical Ghost fashion, extremely satanic. What's not to love, you know?
I mean, this is like the definition of a satanic song. Pretty much.
Starts off with like chanting of like different names for Satan. It literally doesn't get more satanic than this.
Yeah, it is pretty satanic. I will have to say that. Well, actually, Mark, you know, I'm gonna do the meme. There's a couple names for Satan, and some of the other names are actually demons in the Bible. So it's not.
Yeah,
all
what is
Satan
it?
names.
Belial, right?
Yeah, Asmodeus is a demon name. There's different ones, but yeah. So the point is, though, I mean, whether it's talking directly about the devil or it pretty much is, but it's really talking about the Antichrist specifically, and because this theme of this song is about the Antichrist, really. This album, excuse me. And yeah, so why don't you tell me, aside from the lyrics, Mark, what do you think of the music?
Music's great.
Okay.
Super catchy. The guitar is great. I obviously, you know, Tobias always sounds great. This is kind of like the song where like you could tell like on the next, you know, from the albums after this that like this is gonna be kind of like a blueprint for a lot of their songs, like really catchy, but like, you know, satanic and very like grandiose to say, like with like the chanting and like the choral chanting, and like, you know, it's just like a very like strong, catchy song that I don't really know how you could not like it, honestly. But
You know how I know somebody who might not like it. If you're religious, you might not like it.
I'm just talking about from a music standpoint here. No need to get religion involved.
Well, sure. But yeah, I understand what you mean. Oh yeah, musically the song is kick-ass. I mean, it has an amazing guitar solo in it. I think it's really super melodic. And then by the end, I'm going to play a clip from the end of the song for the bridge. Amazing lyrics too in the bridge, I think. And you get to the end, and when you see this song live, I mean, Mark, this was the first Ghost song I ever heard. So for those who are watching that might know me from the Ghost episodes or other episodes, this is actually the first Ghost song I ever heard. I found this on a Facebook ad. I was on Facebook. There was an ad that popped up back then. I don't have Facebook anymore, but back then, an ad that popped up, and it was a picture of them in their full, costumes and everything. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I clicked on it because I thought I was going to be like, I thought I was going to hate it, to be honest with you. I kind of clicked on it just to hate it almost. And when I heard this song, it started off with the chants, and then it kicked in with kind of like this disco groove. That's like a disco groove, but like metal. And I was like, in this super grandiose chorus, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. What is this? And after that, I was like instant fan. I just listened to the whole record when it came out, and Opus Eponus before that. And I lived with those two albums for quite a while before, Meliora came out. A couple years actually. So yeah, Mark, this is a great one. I'll play a clip from the end of a little bit towards the end of the live show here. Hopefully I don't have to edit this out. But. People chanting Antichrist in the background in Latin. All kinds of stuff underneath. It gets wild, the Ghost stuff. But back in this era of Ghost, they were not at all shy about the satanic part. In fact, they were very much on the nose about it. More recently, it's kind of blended. They've been kind of blending a little bit. We do talk about the devil, but maybe we're not as, like on a lot of their newer music, But this is just undeniable that their whole, storyline is about this demonic rock band. And I think, shout out to the Satanic Panic from the 1980s in particular and the 90s. Because this is basically a big troll. For those who aren't aware, this isn't really serious. This is a huge troll on people that were pushing a satanic panic, anti-rock music. And I think I told this story, Mark. Last thing I'll say on this song. I think I told this story on a previous episode, but I'll say it because it's applicable to this. When I was in high school, they used to want us to bring our CDs and our cassettes and things, and burn them. And they used to have bonfires of music burnings, and that was all about how the rock music was demonic. Basically, that was the whole concept of it. So Ghost, and Tobias in particular, has took that and said, "Okay, if that's what you think, folks, then we'll just make a demonic rock band for you." And that's what you actually think it is. So it's a kind of a giant troll, but it's a lot of fun if you get with the spirit of it, So, and if you love horror movies, Mark, I'm not going to show it because it's extremely probably will get the channel blocked, or banned from YouTube. But there's an uncensored video of the actual original music video. I think you could see it on Vimeo. Maybe it's not on YouTube. There's some nudity in it. There's some stuff. And there's a video for Year Zero, uncensored. and it is pretty nuts, actually. And yeah. and it actually it is. Have you ever seen The Omen? It's kind of like the story of The Omen, but with Tobias involved and some naked old ladies and maybe even a naked Tobias. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that video. Yeah. So there's some crazy stuff going on in that video. I don't think it's actually him. It's probably a stand-in, but yeah. But yeah, it's pretty wild. So anyway, Mark, that's year 0. Why don't we move on to... Well, I'm not going to say anything about my reviews. I'm going to leave it up to you. Body and Blood. So that's the next song.
This grave will sting. Catches with far behind a dead one's grave. The casket lid is cold. Waiting inside someone petrified. That odor so. His body of blood, sharing in common. His body of blood. His body of blood, serving Messiah. His body of blood, sharing in common. His body of blood. His body of blood, serving Messiah, Son of God.
Anyway, Mark, I do have to play the guitar solo, okay? So I do have to play that. And maybe the bridge into the guitar solo when he's talking about eating and consuming, okay?
His body of his man, his body
There we go.
serving Messiah.
There we go.
You just want to dig your depth, dude.
His body of blood, sharing in
Anyway, Mark. So that's a clip from Body and Blood. What do you think about this song?
Yeah, it's another solid track. It's like very like has like a very like nice 70s feel to it. The keyboard before the solo, the part you just played, receive, consume, digest, defecate. Reminded me of like progressive rock with like the synth there.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds great. I love the lyrical content too. The lyrical content I it reminds me of Ritual from the first album.
Okay.
Like a deceptive song with like very like dark or like very anti-Christian lyrics,
right.
satanic lyrics.
Right.
Yeah, because like you hear the Ritual and you're like, like this sounds like a very upbeat like rock song, and then you hear this and you're like, it sounds like a really upbeat rock song, and he's like talking about basically like consuming flesh and blood, which is like a direct like parody of the Eucharist, which is
Yeah.
wouldn't sit well with somebody who's like very religious. So I can appreciate that being a staunch critic of religion, but I think it's a straightforward rock song that I enjoy. It's got a good solo. Yeah, I think this song's good.
All right. This actually might surprise you, Mark. Well, probably not because we did this episode already, but I'm gonna pretend like it's gonna surprise you. This might surprise you, Mark, but this is one of my favorites on the album, actually.
I could see that. Yeah, it's a good song for sure.
Because you happen to know a lot of the kind of music I like. And I really like ABBA, and I really like catchy, happy sounding songs that have dark meanings. And this is like right up my alley. Like, that's why I think I like Ghost so much, because it's literally just that, but the band, pretty much. Like, every song, for the most part, is super catchy, kind of happy sounding. Even the metal, like, dark songs are in some way or another kind of happy sounding. Like, even Year Zero, I mean, the chorus to Year Zero sounds like happy and triumphant, So
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but yeah, lyrically, it's just talking about literal communion. That's what it's talking about. So, and there was an episode we did, Tobias's death metal album, Repugnant. There was a song on there called "Eating from a Coffin," and it's very similar lyrical content. This is just much more, we'll call it, friendly to listen to, that album. But it really actually isn't that much different lyrically. So yeah, and the guitar solo is great. I love the harmonies, super catchy little guitar hook in the chorus. I could listen to this kind of catchy 60s, 70s style music with Tobias singing it, writing it, and they're talking about communion, and I could listen to this all day, this kind of stuff. So it's right up my alley. All right. And I'll be singing it live, dancing. They don't play this stuff live anymore. I haven't played it probably in years. But back in the day when I used to see them, they used to play this stuff live, and I was just, the happiest younger version of me you can imagine. All right, Mark, let's go to the next track, which is Idolatrine.
Profaner of the vices, a simple charlatan, inflaming puerile minds with the guilt of sin. Imaginations fed to children, and it has served me well that the bowels of the earth hides the pits of hell. Idolatry for the imbeciles. Idolatry. Idolatry for the devils and the simpletons. Disciples of the watch awaits at my
Anyway, Mark, well, that was a clip from Idolatrine. Man, I don't know why, but this music always makes me so happy to listen to it. And should a music make you happy one way or the other? All right, what do you think about this song?
This one's great too. I like the organ a lot in this song.
Yeah.
I like the syncopated drums too. Which gives it a really good like pulse throughout the album or throughout the song, I should say. Sorry, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
I think I said this when we did it the first time. I have it in my notes here. I said this song kind of like has like a cross between like the Beach Boys and Blue Oyster Cult sound.
I can hear that.
The Beach Boys with like the singing and kind of like this like the rhythm of it. Blue Oyster Cult for like the what's the word I'm going to use here? Like mysticism, kind of. Are you familiar with Blue Oyster Cult at all?
Some of their
like,
music. Some of the music, yeah.
They're a very eclectic band. They have like a very like broad sound. So like a lot of this it reminds me of this song. It's danceable, but yet it's like still like melodic and like playful at the same time too. But yeah, like I really like the organ a lot too. Like the organ really sounds great in it. Yeah, I think this song's great, and I if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they play this song much anymore either, do they?
No, I don't even think they played it much originally either.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a very deep cut in the Ghost catalog, I would say. For me, it's another really good song, you know.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Yeah.
You know how you are with King Crimson, where you're like, all the songs are good. I'm pretty much like that with Ghost for the most part. It's just like,
Yeah.
go down
That's
the
pretty
albums.
much where I'm at too.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all just different levels of good, really.
Right,
yeah, so it's just like, for me, it's another really good song, fun song, sing along to it. Lyrics are talking about, there's a theme in the Bible which, you know, Jesus talks about, like, suffer unto me little children, and really what he's talking about in the Bible is the fact that when you get older in life, you know, you become more jaded and harder to believe in things, right? And what he's saying is, if you have like the mind of a child, you have open-minded and you're willing to listen and have faith and things like that. But so there's one interpretation from the Bible, which is making that a good thing, right? The other interpretation is the only way that you can believe in this stuff is if you have the mind of a 5-year-old. It's kind of the other interpretation of it. So that's just kind of what this song, I think, is actually talking about. So it is literally another just inverted perspective on a biblical story, really. And like anything in life, you can have multiple perspectives to think about something. But it is a really fun, cool song. I like it. The next track is The Depth of Satan's Eyes. So let's play that one. Go ahead. Sorry?
Solo. You got to go to the solo, man. You crazy?
All right, hold on. This part. Okay.
Nothing crazy, but I really like that solo.
Oh yeah, these old Ghost solos are awesome, man, because they're super melodic. It's super,
exactly.
Like, they're great. But the new stuff is great too. It's much more shreddy, but this stuff is just, it all fits with the music, you know. So
I'm gonna use that as a starting point here. Just the solo is like, it reminds me of, like, you know, David Gilmour, like, solo.
Yeah,
Not super showy, but it's like fluid and really fits the song well. That's why I really like that a lot. It's just very, very melodic and great. Because like, not every solo has to be a shred fest. It could be a nice little, you know, melodic doohickey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
This song in particular has like a nice like dual guitar sound to it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Iron Maiden with like the dual guitars.
Okay.
Sounds really good. Yeah, I'd like. Let me pull up my lyric here that I have to state for everybody.
Okay.
I think you know what I'm talking about. Where is it?
Which one? There's a lot of weird lyrics in this song. A lot of great lyrics, I should say.
Yeah. How about this one for you? The swamp of feces that is the world flatulates a whirlwind storm in which you swirl in disarray. You ponder your soul malaise. Flatulates a whirlwind storm.
In which you swirl. The swamp of feces that is the world fluctuates. So it's basically saying you're living in a swamp
shit.
of shit and you fart and there's a whirlwind storm. You're just living in a cloud of shit.
Hey man, we always said that Tobias is a poet, isn't he? So the man's a living legend. What can I say?
I mean, you go from what's funny about this, Mark, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'll turn it back to you, but you go from this song, which is super goofy, like lyrically, right? But like to some of the later Ghost music, which has a lot of really like mature lyrics, well written stuff, like. The earlier in the Ghost career, it was a lot of just over the top satanic, kind of fun and funny lyrics, you know. And a lot of the OG Ghost fans miss that actually. Like one of my friends who's an OG Ghost fan, he's like, "Oh, I don't really like the newer stuff because it's too serious." And I'm like, okay, because this is what he listened to. He loves this, you know. So he wants like campy music, you know. But anyway, yeah. So what do you think about? What else do you think about this song?
Yeah, I appreciate the silliness of it too, but like it's also hidden behind like a very grandiose sound. But like when you read the lyrics, you're like, wow, what an actual child. But I mean, I love it. I love stupid humor like that. So when I read that, I was just like, wow, that is incredible. Yeah, like these last couple tracks, I think are all just really good tracks. I mean, every track on this album is good, honestly. But another song I really like a lot, honestly. This is good. It's like another like progressive sounding song, I think too, and the dual guitars are great and very melodic. Yeah, I like it a lot.
There's like a random 80s synth part in there, and I don't know if you caught that. It's like comes out of nowhere too.
Yep, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I love that. This is great, man. It's like the thing about Ghost is the people that are the fans. You kind of embrace Tobias's personality through the music, you know, whether it's the goofiness, the humor, and then the seriousness, you know, later in the music too. He's kind of got it all in there. So this is an example of just fun song that if you like this kind of humor, you're gonna like it. And plus the music is good. If the music wasn't good, nobody would care about the humor. The music has to be
right.
Good,
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, the last song is Monstrance Clock. So I'm going to play a clip from that.
To the sound of the monstrance clock, air is cleansed, assemble flock, black candles burn, all minds alive. Sound of the monster
you think of the last song on the album, the closer?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one to end the album on too. It's just got a lot going on here. You got like it's like very doomy. It's very gothic because of the organ.
Mm-hmm.
It's like psychedelic. Yeah, the organ just really is like a really big part of the sound here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Really good. The mix is great too. The bass is really good. Um, this is like, yeah, I know that because you told me, I know this used to be like an encore, right? When they used to play.
Yeah, they always used to close with this. Yep.
Yeah. So, I could see why.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what I was saying before about how this album is very like grandiose, and just very like there's a lot of chanting, there's a lot of like ritualistic like kind of sound of singing.
Yeah.
It's just very very strong, very very loud and proud, and there's a lot of like chanting and stuff. So I think it would make like a perfect like sing along song with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of their songs really are because they're very catchy and
Right.
melodic. But yeah, I could definitely see why this would be an encore. This is like a song like you really just like belting it out really at the end of the night, and it's just
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The song is great, and I think it's probably one of my favorites on the album. I would
Oh
say.
wow. Okay. Cool.
Let me see here. Let me look.
Me
at
too, actually. But yeah.
I really like
yeah.
Year Zero. I really like obviously Secular Haze.
Mhm.
Ghuleh Zombie Queen is like also one of my favorites.
Okay.
Love that song. This one's great too, though.
I remember
And
you
then,
really like Aspera, that song too.
I do. I
And,
did like
yeah.
Paris Fair. I like
Mhm.
most of the songs on here, honestly.
Jigolo Har Megiddo? Is that how you say
Megiddo.
that?
Megiddo.
Yeah, I love that song. That's
yeah,
one of my personal favorites.
It's funny too because I probably said this when we filmed before that this is like the album that a lot of people consider as their worst, and I think that's like pretty ridiculous because I disagree. I think this album's great, honestly. I like pretty much every track on it.
Yeah.
Things may have changed with Skeleton coming out now
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, like it's their newest album, so people have the least amount of experience with it.
Sure.
I think this album was great. I think this album was like definitely re-listenable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I liked most of the tracks on here. Yeah. I
All
know
right.
you like this album too, and I think you have the same sentiment that I do.
I mean, I listened to this album on day one when it first came out. I got it on CD, back in 2013, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until 2015 that Meliora came out. So I lived with this album for 2 years, like, all the time. So this and Opus Eponymous is all we had,
Yeah.
And then we had the EP, that you reviewed, which has If You Have Ghosts on it and stuff like that. I'm a Marionette and all that. But yeah, so for me, this is nostalgic, but I want to play, I'll send us off on this one, Mark, for this particular song because it deserves some. I was very sad when I saw this in concert a few months ago and they played it and like half the crowd wasn't singing along. And it made me sad because I realized a lot of the newer fans don't know this stuff.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, man, you get dressed up, you go out of your way to be a super Ghost fan, and you don't even know the music. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm gatekeeping a little bit, but I have to say, if you're gonna go out of your way to get dressed up, I feel like you should know Monstrance Clock. I feel like that's not a big ask, So anyway, I'm gonna share a clip from the official music video. And in that, you will see a live performance of this, but just with the studio. And you can see KT Smith right here, too. Right here. So I'm just kidding. Okay. But anyway, you will see how passionate the fans were of Ghost at the time. Now, the new Ghost fans are very passionate about the band. I'm not saying they're not. They actually very are. But it's a different type of passion, I would say. And this was back in the time. Now I'm being super like nostalgic, but this is back when nobody really knew much about the band. They were very niche. It was like a cult following they had, and if you were into Ghost, it was like kind of a weird thing to be into, I would say. And so that kind of builds a sense of community amongst people, like-minded people, because it's quirky, it's odd, it's not something that's out of the mainstream at that time. And so you will see people like singing their hearts out to lyrics about coming together for the Antichrist. You'll see what I mean?
Yeah.
And like this is. I'm actually getting chills. You know why? When this came on, it was over. The concert was over, you know? So it's a little sad. Here we go.
Come together as one.
And the best part, Mark, is coming up when he goes,
Come together. Lucifer, son. Come together. Together as one. Come together.
this part.
Lucifer, son.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this one, Mark, twice. Appreciate that. And thanks for watching out there. Sorry we had to cut it and splice it, but stuff happens, you know. So if you're still watching this video in particular and this song, you know, you might be someone near and dear to my heart. But maybe you've never heard this before. Go give it a listen. But if you have, maybe you're a super Ghost fan, we'd love to see you in the Discord. You know, we have our own Ghost channel in there. That's our music club. It's totally free. And you can talk about any other music you want, not just Ghost, but there is a Ghost specific channel. So, and we have some couple pretty hardcore Ghost fans in there. Evil Auntie's in there. She knows a ton about Ghost, maybe even more than me. So come in there. Let's talk about Ghost. Let's have some fun, or any other music you want to talk about and share. That pin comment, link for that will be in the pin comment. If you like this episode, please give us a like. What do you think about this album? Let us know what you think about the comments. What are your favorites? Anything else you want to say? Only about 5% of our viewers are subscribed, so it would really help out the channel if you subscribe. And plus, there's probably other content you might like. And there's more Ghost content coming. Probably an Opus Eponymous album review, because why not? That's the only one we haven't done. There's EPs. There's ranking episodes we're probably going to do. There's all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure there'll be a new Ghost EP at some point coming out, so in between album cycles, so who knows. All right, well, until next time, Mark.
I'm not doing this again, Troy. So this
All
better
right.
better be the
Hopefully,
last.
hopefully it's saved. Fifth time's
Nah,
a
I'm
charm.
just-
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
yeah, that's true.
All right. See you later.
See you later.
See ya.